From the award-winning podcast comes a totally improvised live show.
We have the Comedy Bang Bang Tour. Come see us.
Comedy Bang Bang Ground Beefing Tour 2026. Live across North America in 2026. Get tickets at livenation.com.
Last week, we watched A Few Dollars More.
This week we watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
The connection is that both movies feature a good, a bad, and an ugly.
Oh, you mean like the actors or the characters?
Yes. And fast forward to the bit where I say hello and welcome to Oldie But A Baddie But An Uggo. I'm once again joined by my co-host Uggo. And, I'm obviously baddie.
You're baddie.
And Saki's the goodie. Yeah.
We're like an old-style regional radio trio. The goodie, the baddie, and the uggo.
The Uggo. Did you like that one?
I'm Uggo.
You seem a big fan of
some sound effect that plays every time.
Oh yeah.
It's like the Parks and Rec characters.
Uggo is definitely my favorite character. You know, he always gets up to scamperous adventures. You know.
Oh, what's he doing today? Let's go see. Oh, I'm out on the streets. I'm on the streets and I'm talking to people. What do you think of me, person?
I wish you'd put some clothes on.
Oh, classic Uggo.
Classic Uggo.
We'll keep cutting to him throughout the episode. I bet.
Let's not, actually. Please don't.
My name's Sandra, your name's Zach.
Yes, and welcome to a very exciting episode on the good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh. We have a lot to get into here, but we have done the entire series.
Yep.
If you haven't listened to it, go listen to our 2 episodes on A Fistful of Dollars.
Yep.
And
For a Few Dollars More.
For a Few Dollars More. That's the one. And then you'll be fully prepared for this. Or, alternatively, go just watch these movies.
Yeah.
Because, spoiler, they're not ugly or bad. So they must be something else.
I don't know. I think that maybe if you're used to modern day cameras, you'd think they look pretty ugly because you're like, what is this grain on my screen?
If you think that, though, you're an ugly person on the inside.
Look, I don't disagree. If you're listening to a film podcast and you don't like film, then really, what are you doing with your life? No, that's rude. I don't want to say that, actually.
It is weird how you got here, but I appreciate you being here. No, because they're trying to broaden their horizons,
Oh, yeah.
Sandra.
Well, then,
you at least have to respect that.
Well, then go and watch every movie we reviewed, and then come back.
Yes, and only then can you say you actually broadened your horizon.
Yeah. Alternatively, you could probably just listen to the episode as well.
That's true. Speaking of this episode, it's the good, the bad, and the ugly episode. We finally watched it. We made it here.
We did.
After slogging through the swill, that we watched beforehand.
The other 2 films, yeah.
Yeah, finally we got here. I have several talking points already to just start in the non-spoiler section.
Okay, all right, yep.
But if you'd like to give your opinion first, Sandra,
on the movie,
you're most welcome to do it. No, on just generally everything.
Everything.
At the moment,
oh god, everything sucks right now, man. Like,
really date this episode.
Oh, that thing that happened in the news was sad, and then that other thing that happened in the news made me angry, and I don't like cops, and I think that
doesn't help the weather though, because the weather be doing that weathering.
It's been doing that thing where it's hot or cold.
Yeah. Well, that's so funny because in Melbourne. That's all the time.
Pretty accurate, actually.
Every day, yeah.
What else has been happening? Oh, man, just been...
Hey, Sandro, what about the movie, actually?
Oh, okay. You do actually want me to talk about the movie.
Yeah, we should probably do that on the episode that might gander a few more clicks than some of the others, you know?
It might. I'm going to put in all the key words. I thought this movie was pretty good, actually.
One of the keywords should be AI sexy fruit people.
Oh, God. That's going to date the episode. That's going to date it. The amount of shit I've seen about that, man. What the hell's going on? If you see anyone watching that, slap their phone out of their hand and throw it in a vat of toxic waste.
No. First put on our podcast so it's auto-playing on their phone and then throw it in the vat.
Yeah.
So at least get another view.
That's right. That's exactly it. No, I thought the movie was... So we've done all three, and going into this one, I'll be honest, I was a little bit burnt out. I was like, another Western. I'm enjoying these, but sometimes when you watch a trilogy one a week, sometimes...
Yes.
You can be like, I'm a little bit tired of this genre. I want to spice it up a bit.
I think that makes sense, right? Because, like, you're watching the same sort of genre over and over. Whereas, like, these movies were years apart, right?
Nope. 1 year. They all came out one after the other from 64 to 66.
In 1 year.
So one a year, yeah.
One a year. Yeah. So they're, like, a year apart, right? And so you'd have that time to watch other movies to build up the craving for a Western in between. Whereas this time we only have like a week.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so I feel you. I feel like you can get some genre fatigue from watching too many in a row.
100%. But you know, the first two are pretty different, and this one, as soon as it started, I was like, oh yeah, never mind. I was into it. I was into it. I think it's good. I think it's, I don't know, ranking-wise, what I'm going to do. I don't necessarily think it's the best one, but I do think that it is quite good. And I think it's very well directed, and the score is the best we've probably ever heard on the show ever, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like, you listen... The crazy thing about this is, like, I've heard all of these songs before in other media because the soundtrack is so famous. It's just used in so much things. I mean, when people mention Westerns, the... That's like the Western theme for the Western genre.
I agree. I think this is probably, I don't know if it's the most famous Western. The Magnificent Seven might be slightly more. I don't know.
I think this is the most famous Western.
Yeah, I don't disagree, and that's kind of my thoughts. Spoiler for free thoughts are: it makes sense that this is the most popular one, because I think it's the most inoffensive, most crowd-pleasing one. Take of that what you will. I don't mean that as a bad thing, but I don't necessarily mean, like, I don't know if it's the best one, though, actually. But, what did you think of it?
I definitely felt the like, it felt a little bit more Hollywood than the other two.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? But I don't, as you said, no, necessarily think it was a bad thing. I am on the fence a little bit.
Okay.
Because I will say, I did like it, obviously. Yeah. I had a lot of fun. It is quite long.
Sure, it's just shy of 3. Oh, we should say what version we watched after you give your thoughts. That's also important.
Yes, so stick around to hear which one we listened to. So I thought it was good. I enjoyed it a lot. I liked the other two movies a lot as well, though. Yes. So it had a bit of competition. And I'm still on the fence whether I like one of the other movies more than this one. But I did like this movie a lot. There was one certain character who is my favorite from the entire series now, which I'm sure you could guess.
Yes, indeed. And it may be one of the reasons why this film hasn't aged as well as it potentially could have. Which I'm intrigued if it's who I think it is. We'll get to it. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, but I definitely enjoyed this film. I think it was a good film. I think it's hard. it's a hard knock to say it was a bad film.
Yeah.
You know?
Any critiques that, I mean, not to speak for you, any critiques that I have, this is still a very, very good, honestly, 4.5 out of 5 rating from me. All of them get that, I think. But this is still a very good movie. I just have criticisms when it's compared to the other two.
Yeah.
And also compared to other movies in general. But I do think that, yeah, like, it's great. Like, the soundtrack's good. It's interesting. Yeah, it is, like, the version that we watched is 2 hours 40. I honestly think it is better paced than the second movie, though. The second movie felt longer for me.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I think I liked the pacing of the first movie the best.
Well, that was an hour and a half, so yeah, that's fair.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
Although I did watch this in 2 sittings, right?
Okay, yeah.
I watched half of it, went to bed, woke up, watched another half, and I feel like that was a good way of watching it.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it.
I feel like this is definitely an intermission sort of movie.
Yeah, it does have one, but I don't know where it is when it's shown in theaters. But yeah, no, for sure.
I feel like this is definitely I think it's just before a certain lot of people appear on screen, and that's where I think the intermission would have been.
Probably, I reckon you're probably right there.
But I don't want to spoil it. But we can get into it later. Any other things you wish to mention before I mention my several things?
Yes, I will say the version we watched was the theatrical version, also known as the international version. There is a 3-hour extended cut. However, I did research for this. I was like, what version do we watch? Usually, we do go for the longer director's cut. However,
of course,
the theatrical version is the director's cut. He trimmed it down for pacing, and then, after he died, they released a longer version that, by all reports...
Ooh, the studio cut.
Yeah, it's just like the longer cut, and from... The weird thing about it is, obviously it's an Italian film, so no audio was recorded on set. So, to make the extended cut work, which was released, like... quite a while after the theatrical cut was out, they brought back the actors, well, the surviving actors. They brought them back to redub over the dialogue from the deleted scenes, which makes it fucking weird because they're like so old, and they're like, I'm Clint Eastwood, cowboy.
Yeah.
That's not exactly what it's like, but it is apparently...
No, that's exactly how it sounds.
It is apparently a terrible way to watch it for the first time, and also most people do not prefer that version. So that's why we did not watch the extended cut.
Very good. All right. Well, I'm going to hit you. I have 3 things I wanted to mention.
All right, 3 things.
Off the bat. The first one is a slight spoiler. There's a minor spoiler. So spoiler warnings.
Watch out, everyone.
But I think it's important to address this now before we get into full spoilers.
Okay.
This is very important. Yep. Because, Sandro, there was a dog.
That's my first note. I wrote down.
Woo!
There was not just one dog. There were 2 dogs in this movie.
Yeah, there was multiple dogs. Yeah. And it took us 3 movies, but we finally got a movie with a dog in it after the dog fiasco of someone's connection.
The connection that got you into this movie was not this movie, the series, the connection, because we got to connect all the movies. The connection between Black Cauldron, which is my last one, and then Fistful of Dollars does not contain a dog. So I had a very keen eye for 2 movies looking out for a dog.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until
but
the third one.
we finally got some doggos. Yeah. And they get like 2 minutes of screen time total.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's pretty good acting from those dogs, just running around.
Yeah,
running around.
Great acting. Pretty good. Yeah. So shout out to dogs.
Yep.
First up. Second point. I have an alternative title that I want to throw by you, just as just a thing.
I think the title is very inaccurate, so I'm very excited to hear what your alternative title is.
So my alternative title is The Hawk, the Eagle, and the Vulture.
Oh, I think that is sick. I like that a lot. I think that's a better title. Can we talk about the title for a second? So, spoiler free. if the title is ironic, and I know that Sergio Leone made all these movies as like satires of the American Western.
Yeah.
The title has to be ironic because the good guy is not a good guy, really.
No.
The bad guy is pretty bad. And the ugly guy, so I don't, this is from my partner. I don't know. They know more about other languages than me. But the Italian word for ugly is the same as idiot. And so I think that maybe it's a mistranslation because he's not ugly.
The good, the bad, and the idiot?
The good, the bad, and the idiot is a better name for this movie.
That would have been a way better name, yes.
And I
also
don't like that he's called the Ugly because, one, it is, he's the only really, like, Mexican character that we have in this trilogy, so it's kind of weird that he's called Ugly. Also, he's played by a white guy and it's brown face. This is the other thing I wanted to bring up.
Yeah. A little bit rough on that account.
Yeah.
Like, I think we've done pretty well of the last two movies to avoid any, like racial problematic.
These movies have done a pretty good job up until this point of, yeah.
And then we crash into this one where Zach's favorite character is also the most problematic.
He's also kind of the main character of the film as well, which...
Yeah, he is. He is the main character, which was really interesting, because going off the other two, I expected Clint Eastwood to be the main character, because, slight spoiler, he kind of is for the other two. You could argue in the second one, he's a co-main character. Yep. But it's interesting. It annoys me from a series point of view that they're kind of... It's the first one and the third one you could connect, right? But you cannot connect the second one to either of them because it wouldn't make any sense, right?
Well, this is a prequel, though.
It is a prequel?
Yeah, this takes place before the other two, because in the other two, the war's done. In this one, the war's happening. So that's something that we'll get to in spoilers, but yes, this is a prequel to the other two.
It also doesn't make sense as a prequel.
No, not really. But also, it doesn't make sense as a trilogy.
No, that's my point is that this isn't really a trilogy. They're all three movies that have similar characters that are just in them,
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. You can kind of connect Clint Eastwood's character, but also, like, you gotta do some hand-waving here and there.
I think you could connect the first movie and this movie. You could not connect the second one to either of them.
We'll talk about it in spoilers. Yeah, but I don't completely disagree with you. What's your third point?
I had a third point, and I cannot remember what it was.
Oh, no.
I'm sure I will remember it at some point.
Oh.
All right.
Okay. Well...
First off, before we get into spoilers, I do have a thing, which is, we got to rate it a goodie, a baddie, or an uggy.
Wait, as in our regular rating system of an oldie or a goodie?
A regular rating system.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, this gets a goodie from me, because it's good.
And once again, for the entire series, they have all gotten goodies, so we're never going to use the baddie or an uggy ever again.
We won't use the special ratings that we came up with only for this trilogy, because they all get goodies.
They all get goodies, because they were all good films, and they were all entertaining to watch. Yeah.
What a shame.
But I did have an alternative mode to this, which is, we've watched 3 movies now, right, Sandro?
Yep.
And we've all rated them goodies. That's all good. But Sandro, I want to do a little bit of a thing. Have you heard of the game Marry, Fuck, Kill?
Yeah. Classic game.
Yeah. Well, I want to do that, but with these 3 movies. And we got the goodie, the baddie, and the idiot.
The idiot.
/ ugly.
Yeah, okay.
All right? And I want you to apply one of those to each of these movies in the series.
Gotcha.
One of them gets one of these titles, and I want to see if we line up or not.
Okay, do we want to do it like one by one? Like, what's your baddie, and then, or do you just want to go like, I do all 3, and then you do all 3?
You do all 3.
Okay, all right.
And then I'll tell you what mine is, because I've kind of figured out what mine is, I think.
I think I've got mine. I think I know what mine is. It's hard because I like all 3 of these films pretty equally, with some bits a bit different here and there. But I'm going to say my goodie, Fistful of Dollars.
Okay.
I think that one's still my favorite. I think it's still my favorite. I think it says the most. I think it's the funniest. I would say it's the most violent as well. I really like it. It was a big surprise for me. Granted, it is just a rip-off of a Kurosawa film, but, still.
Yeah.
The Bad. Oh, I hate to do it because I really liked it, but I think I'm going to go for a few dollars more.
Yeah.
Just because of the pacing. Just the pacing. The pacing was a bit rough. And then The Ugly is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, because it's right in the middle and it has brown face.
Right. So you actually went with my initial thing, which was you kind of do it in order, right? You got the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? It all kind of works in order. And it is interesting if you think about it, that's order. But after thinking about it some more, I did rate it slightly different. So,
Okay.
Number 1 is Baddie, even though it is also kind of my favorite of the series. But only because it stole the samurai script to be used. So it's a bit of a baddie.
So it's the bad because it's plagiarism.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay,
but also,
gotcha.
it had some of the most violent scenes out of all of these movies, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So, the bad guy, I would argue, is the most bad in that movie. Without any spoilers.
Yeah, okay. Yep, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then I say the second one is the goodie.
Okay.
Yes, the second one's the goodie, because it has what's his Van Cleef?
Yeah, Lee Van Cleef. Mm-hmm.
As probably the goodest character in the franchise, I would argue.
I would agree with you, yeah. Oh, actually, no. I think the cemetery man from number 1 is the best.
Ooh, that's true. Okay, but for the main characters, but also, I think that one had some good moments. There was just a lot of good, so I'm putting that one good. And the last one's the idiot, because it's stupid, it's dumb, it's ugger, it's dumb, and I love it for that.
This is definitely the most popcorn of the 3, so it makes sense that it would get that one.
Yeah, but so we were close. We almost lined up, but I think we both agreed that this one was definitely the ugly.
Yes, I think I agree with this definitely. Even though out of all of the movies, it's probably shot the best, sounds the best. Not necessarily acted the best, though. I will say one big criticism I have for this movie is Lee Van Cleef this time is the bad, and there's no character development for him at all.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything in the film. I agree.
Not really.
He barely gets any screen time as well.
He does, and I'm like, he's such a good actor, and he played such a cool guy in the first one. Now I want to fucking hate him. Now he's the bad guy.
Yeah, he got one scene to seem kind of like sinister, and it was a great scene, and then they did nothing else with his character.
Yeah, that was a little... Maybe that's, in the extended cut that I'll watch in 5 years. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway.
Exactly.
Two goodies, and then we did that ranking there. Let's do some taglines.
All right, let's get into it.
And you got to give the taglines a good, a bad, or a dumb.
Good, a bad, or a dummy.
They formed an alliance of hate to steal a fortune in dead man's gold.
I'm gonna give that a bad.
Wow.
I'm gonna give that a bad, because that kind of spoils a bit of the plot, and it doesn't intrigue me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna call it a baddie.
The Man with No Name returns. It's a prequel, though.
Yeah.
So
but it's like it's getting people to think. I'm gonna give that an ugly. That's definitely an ugly one. Because it's not bad, it's just not good.
The last and greatest of the Dollar series. I fucked it up, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Give the person telling me those an ugly, and then because he mangled it.
I did indeed.
Yeah, I guess I'll also give the tagline an ugly as well, because they're just it's just like, so far it's generic marketing, and it's like. Yeah. It's fair, but it doesn't entice me. Nothing's really good yet,
Yeah. Also, is this I want to... If you've watched these 3 movies, put your ranking in the comments on Spotify, on YouTube, email us, wherever. I want to know what your ranking is. Is this the best one? I don't think it is, honestly. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think this is the best one?
This one's close for me.
Okay.
This one's really close because I think they're all really good and I liked them a lot.
Definitely,
But I was thinking about this before the podcast started. I was like, which one do I like the most? And I was stuck. I didn't. Yeah. I'm still not quite sure. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But like, they're all quite a bit different in a way.
They are. That is, yes, definitely. I think it comes down to like, what sort of story do you prefer?
Yeah, right? Which is really interesting. So yeah.
Okay.
Any more taglines?
Oh, yes. A classic Western. A classic music theme.
Yeah, I'll agree. Yeah. I'll give that a goodie. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's true. Both of those, because it is generic marketing, but both of those I could like full on agree with.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
And the final tagline. For 3 men, the Civil War wasn't hell. It was practice.
Yo! That's so dumb. That's so dumb. I'm going to give that a goodie because that was so dumb. Hell yeah.
From the award-winning podcast comes a totally improvised live show.
We have the Comedy Bang Bang Tour. Come see us.
Comedy Bang Bang Ground Beefing Tour 2026. Live across North America in 2026. Get tickets at livenation.com.
Here's a shift worth noting. Better healthcare is care that meets patients where they are. United Health Group is bringing it directly to living rooms. This is a win for patients managing chronic conditions. And here's the interesting thing. By closing those care gaps, administering in-home exams, and identifying risks earlier, more diseases can be prevented and patient outcomes can improve. In 2025 alone, United Health Group patients received over 19 million home visits. Learn more at unitedhealthgroup.com/commitment.
Well, yeehaw! Do you know what happens when 2 American TV stations make 2 X-Men spin-off TV shows in the exact same year? Sandro and Zach have got to see which one's better. This month over at patreon.com/Oldie But A Goodie Pod. It is a bonus battle unlike any other. It is of TV shows. They haven't done that before. They haven't scraped the bottom of the TV show barrel, and they're doing that now over at Patreon. Here's a clip. Hello, and welcome to a bonus battle. Whoa, wee.
Wow. You're really unenthusiastic today. What's with the intro, Sandro?
Oh, because it's a bonus battle of TV shows, so we don't have the budget of a movie, unfortunately. Don't have the budget of a movie.
Hey, boom, boom.
Only one TV show will survive. Which one is it? Find out over at patreon.com/Oldie But A Goodie Pod. You can also get the entire X-Men series up there as well. Oh, they're ending it next month. Oh, there's still New Mutants up to Dark Phoenix. Never mind. And 2 months. Patreon.com/Oldie But A Goodie Pod. Get those ad-free episodes as well, so you don't have to hear me phone in another ad again. I'm getting a little bit burnt out, listener. I've been doing these ads for a while, and I'm really running out of ideas. So hopefully email in suggestions of things for me to say. I'm an American. Patreon.com/Oldie But A Goodie Pod. Okay, let's do spoilers. Spoilers for the movie.
Spoilers.
The spoilers, and the Argo. What's he up to? Run through Melbourne Central.
Put some pants on. You can't run around naked.
I am the wee. Wow, what a fucking mad lad.
Why did you cut to him? I told you not to. That was terrible. He was running naked in Melbourne Central.
I know. What's he doing there? Oh, the clocks are about to go off. That's probably why he's there. That's probably what he's doing.
He does like clocks.
Yep. We should cut to Starkey instead, but maybe next time if I remember.
Yeah.
We'll cut to that. Anyway, spoiler warning for the movie. We'll get into the plot of the film. Did you like the Suicide Squad introductions for all the characters?
Yeah! I was wondering where Suicide Squad got them, and it was here, and they thought it was good, so they did it in that, but they stole it from this and made it bad.
You see, I feel like they probably stole it from Tarantino doing it, which stole it from this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is definitely a photocopier situation where you keep photocopying a picture, and then you take that picture and you photocopy it, and then over and over again, and it kind of gets worse every time.
Yeah, for sure. Until you eventually end up with Suicide Squad. The original one.
Yes. I didn't mind it. I thought because it was like it's leaning into the title, right?
Yeah.
It's trying to be like, haha, here's the title and here's your characters. Because the main thing about it is they're not naming the character because those aren't their actual names.
Yeah, okay.
It's like the Suicide Squad thing, right? The Suicide Squad had the names of the characters popping up, which was really dumb. But this was giving you their this is this one, this is this one, this is this one.
Yeah.
I wish there was more of an ambiguity with it, though. I wish it would sort of been left up to the viewer of which ones, because you almost would have put any of them as any of them, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. I think that's what. Well, I did like, and we'll go through the plot, but I liked the moment that Clint Eastwood gets his title as the good is right after he does something really fucking bad.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty funny. Yeah. The original title for this movie was The Two Magnificent Tramps. So I think that we got a better title.
Yeah.
With the good man and the ugly.
Although that makes more sense for the movie, The Two Magnificent Tramps, because it's kind of a buddy cop with those two.
Yeah.
And then occasionally this other guy shows up, right?
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
It's the good, the bad, and this other guy that occasionally shows up, you know?
Oh, another title for it was going to be Rivers of Dollars, which I think the name The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly helps this movie be popular.
Oh yeah,
because it's such an iconic title that
it is an iconic title. I think you can't disagree with that, and I think it leans into it quite well. So I think they did well with that. A River Full of Dollars would have made more sense for the series as a whole.
Yeah. Definitely,
but I think it's more pertinent that it doesn't fit with the rest of the series, because that's how all of these movies work in a series, is they don't. So it makes more sense that it doesn't work at all, if that makes sense.
And we will go through how this is a prequel as we're going through the plot as well. Absolutely. But okay, we're first introduced to, the bad. We're introduced to the bad. I love how Lee Van Cleef plays the best, probably the most morally okay character in the series in the second one, and then in this one, it's like a fucking horror film when he's introduced.
He's just an evil guy. He's bad.
Yeah. He's working for this bad guy to kill this one guy. And the guy's like, hey, please don't kill me. I know where you can get a bunch of gold. And I'm going to pay you $1,000 so that you kill the guy who asked you to kill me instead of killing me. And he's like, well, the thing with me is once I'm paid, I finish the job. So he kills him. And then he goes to the guy who hired him and he's like, man, that fucking idiot. He fucking paid me $1,000 to kill you. And the guy's like, ha ha ha, that's funny. And then he's like, yeah, but here's the thing. When I'm paid for something, I finish it. And then he kills him.
Yeah. He kills the guy he was sent to kill, and then goes back and kills the guy who hired him to kill him because the other guy paid him. And he's like, well,
yeah,
do the job. I wish that had come full circle at some point. I wish he had been paid to kill one of them, right?
Yeah.
But then he decides not to kill him, and that's the thing that bites him in the ass. And he's like, I wish that had come back, because it doesn't come back in the rest of the film at all.
Yeah, not really.
It's a great intro for an evil character to show that they're evil, you know?
Yeah.
But it doesn't come back, and that annoyed me.
I agree. That was a bit rough. His character, he kills a bunch of people. There's these horror stings going off, really bringing out the Italian horror vibes, which the guy who made the music also scored a lot of those, so it makes sense.
Makes sense.
But then, once he's like, okay, $1,000, no. Once he's like, okay, there's a bunch of Confederate gold out there that I want to take.
Yeah.
I've got to find a guy called Bill Carson, and he'll tell me where it is. Once that happens... Oh, he also slaps a woman around a bunch. That was a bit fucked. But after those two scenes, that's it. That's pretty much it for him until, like, way past the halfway point.
We get, we get one scene later on that I thought was really good with him because it's the only other scene he really gets. But anyway, because we have another character to introduce.
Oh!
It's the Idiot, aka the Ugly, which, I'm going to say it, I think my connection was a bit of a stretch, Sandro.
Really?
Yes, this was the third point I had earlier that I just remembered, because this was the point I was going to make, was that I think my connection was a stretch. Because I don't think there was an ugly person in this film.
Oh, okay.
There was good, there was definitely good, there was definitely bad, but I don't necessarily think anybody was ugly unless...
You don't think anyone was ugly?
You think about character, which I did mention last time, because there was a lot of ugly characters.
I think that you should say ugly character, because I think that we shouldn't be saying that anyone's ugly. You know, it's the 60s, everyone aged poorly, they were all drunk all the time. I think that, referring to their character is definitely better, and I think you should do that.
There is a good character in the general later on, I think. Oh, not the general, sorry, the captain.
The captain of the war. Yeah, definitely.
He's possibly good, but he's also kind of a drunk, so maybe he's not. Like,
well, we could say that the war is ugly.
Yeah, the war's ugly, and he's good because he wants to stop the war, and the rest of them are all bad because they're naughty. So
they're all naughty. That's true.
The dogs are good.
Yes.
War is ugly.
Yes.
And every human was bad.
Yep.
Done.
And your good, bad, and ugly from the previous movie was can't remember. I'm sure that it's just have a listen to last week. I'm sure that you explain it. I know you do. I just can't remember.
Well, it's the good guy is Van Cleef's character, right?
Yeah.
The bad guy is the bad guy.
Oh, and ugly is Clint Eastwood because he's just a bit, what's he doing?
Because he takes all the money and doesn't even try and give it to the old guy. Yeah. There you go.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, no. The ugly was that one character that had like trouble drinking and spilt it all over his chest. I remember there was a point I didn't mention last week, which was when one of the like in the scene where the bad guy's really evil and he kills a civilian. That guy also like spits on the body. Which I was like, that's
true.
a fucked up thing to do. And that guy has an ugly character.
I agree with that. There we go. Connection's not a stretch. We fixed it. Don't worry about it.
Continuing on.
So, yeah, Clint Eastwood is the good, and then we have Tuco as the ugly.
Yeah, Tuco! I want to talk about Tuco because he's my favorite character, because he's not ugly, he's an idiot.
Yes.
And it's very funny. Watching, he was extremely entertaining to watch, which is a shame that he is just kind of like,
He's just a white guy.
Yeah, a white guy being a bit stereotypical in face.
It hasn't aged well. I will say that it was a different time, and
yes,
to watch this movie, you just kind of, yeah.
It was a different time, but also he's a very good actor, and I think we should acknowledge that because he was very entertaining.
He's very good in a lot of other movies, as well. Like he is a good actor in other stuff, so I think that.
Yeah, what was his name? Ellie something?
Ellie Wallach.
Wallach, yeah, Ellie Wallach. He was really good. He is definitely my favorite character of the series. And it was very entertaining to watch him go because he was just a fucking dumbass.
Yeah. It is a fun character. It's just a shame that it's the 60s, I think it's...
That being said, I think one of his crimes was assault. So
I don't know if any of that was true, though.
That's true. Yeah. It did seem like it was made up. That was the point I was going to bring up. There was like, maybe they were trying to spread rumors or something. But I would like to think that he didn't. But
yeah, I agree. Well, what they're doing, him and Clint Eastwood, they're running a scam where Clint Eastwood is a bounty hunter, just like in, the previous movies. He's a bounty hunter. Well, aside from the first one. He could have been a bounty hunter in the first one. Who knows? He's morally grey, so he could have been.
I think he's... Yeah.
I mean, if you watch the American TV version, he's paid off by the U.S. Army or whatever to go and do it.
I think you could argue that he's a bounty hunter because he's killing just a bunch of bad guys and pocketing their cash, right?
That's true. So he's running the thing where he takes Tuco to the law people in a random town, gets the money for the bounty, and then just as they're about to kill him via hanging, he shoots the rope and they escape. And they just do it over and over and over again.
And they split the profits. It's an infinite money glitch, guys.
It's such a funny concept. It's so good.
It's a good scam, right? You bring in a wanted criminal, you hand him in, and then once you get the money, you just break him out and do it all over again. I feel like that would only work 2 or 3 times, though, right? 3 tops.
Well, there's not much communication between sheriffs.
I know, but if someone's pulling a scam like that with one specific dude, you send a telegram to the US and they send it out to everyone like, hey, if someone hands this guy in, make sure he doesn't escape because there's a scam going on, right? I feel like if the US is getting scammed, they should try and send out a telegram. It might have been that they were just doing it all in quick succession. But I feel like in one scene, he like asks him, like, what's his bounty now?
Yes.
So it sounds like they're doing this over a long period, and I feel like you couldn't get away with the scam for a long period. But maybe people just didn't realize what was going on, so...
Yeah, for sure. But they eventually split ways because Clint Eastwood's like, you aren't going to get a bigger bounty, and so I'm gonna leave you in the middle of the desert, lol, and then he rides away. And that's the point, I think that's the point where he gets the title of The Good, and I was like, that's very funny. Because this is a bad thing to do. You shouldn't just leave a guy out in the desert. What are you doing?
Yeah, no. And he's not exactly good throughout the entire film. He's just kind of there for the most of the film. He doesn't do... I mean, like Eddie... He does one good act, but he also does that with Tuccio, so...
Yeah. It's an interesting one for him because, I mean, it is a kind of a prequel. So there's, just like the movie Solo, a Star Wars story, we get an origin for every piece of clothing that he wears in the other 2 movies, which is very important. But also, like, his morals in this one are, like, kind of worse.
Yeah.
Than the other 2. And that's just because I guess he hasn't learned any because he learns a pretty big lesson for leaving Tuco out in the middle of the desert. We'll get to that soon. That bites him in the ass a bit later in the film. But, he isn't really the good.
No. But I think that's sort of the point.
Yeah, I agree.
And there's something to be said about, like, maybe he is the goodest you can kind of get in the Wild West, Everyone was pretty bad.
As a cowboy, definitely, yeah. Well, that's the point of this trilogy, is to, like, de-romanticize the West. Everyone's like, I want to be a cowboy, and these movies were like, but this is more closely what it would have been like.
Yeah, it sucked, especially if you were a shopkeeper. That's a rough one.
No, definitely.
Because after wandering the desert for who knows how long, Tuccio manages to get to a town. He like gulps down some water, splashes himself up, and then he goes like lets himself into a gun store.
Yeah.
And accosts a poor shopkeeper who does his best to accommodate, which was an amazing scene. But I did feel really bad for the shopkeeper.
Yeah. The shopkeeper looked like a live-action version of one of the Snow White dwarves from the original.
Yeah.
He had like the red nose and everything. It was great. He was very good.
But it was very entertaining because, it's a good scene for this character as well. And I guess that's the point, is that the other 2 characters have movies before them that establish the characters, so they spend this movie establishing Tuccio's character.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, we don't need a backstory for the bad guy because we got that in the last movie. Like, we've had pretty fleshed out bad guys in the other films.
Yeah, that being said, it's a completely different character for him, but he's also not in the film very much at all, so it doesn't really matter. We get our one scene for him. But yeah, Tuccio, he has a great scene where, like, the guy's handing him revolvers and stuff, and he's, like, listening to them click, and he's like, no, not this one. And then, like, the gunner store guy, he brings him over to a glass case full of these, like, fancy revolver stuff.
Yeah.
He pulls them out, and Tuccio, like, pulls all of them apart and grabs the best things from each weapon.
Yeah.
And clicks them all together into a gun.
Yeah.
And then he clicks it and he's like, yeah, that's right. And I was like, oh, that's such a good scene.
It's great.
It shows that he's very proficient with a gun.
Yes.
That, and he goes, shoots a bunch of targets and, does really well. But, that convinced me, if they hadn't shown anything else, I was like, he knows which end of the gun to use, right?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, and, yeah, he shoots the targets, which, are Native American targets, which, yikes.
Yeah. But accurate.
I mean, that's true. We don't get any Native American characters in any of these.
We do. We get 3 targets that get shot at in this film.
Yeah.
Great work. We did
good
it.
Work. The 60s? Yeah. Italians.
But could it be worse?
And then I loved the scene, though, where after he shot the targets, they go back into the shop, and he's like, okay, how much? And the shop owner's like, well, you sell it to you for, I don't know, $20? And then he's like, no. Points the gun at him, and he's like, how much? And he's like, 200, and then he takes the 200 off the shop guy and leaves him alone. I was like, that is so fucking funny.
That was a good one.
Such a good, that whole scene, so good. And it's like a 10-minute, this movie takes its time with a lot of its moments. It's a very long takes.
I think this scene, because it was entertaining throughout, I think it earns those 10 minutes.
Oh, absolutely.
There's one scene where I really wish it wasn't as long as it was, and we'll get there.
I'm interested in which one you are talking about.
But yeah, the shopkeeper, as a last dumb move, Tushio grabs the clothes sign and puts it in the shopkeeper's mouth, which is such a fucking that's an idiot move right there.
Yeah.
What a dummy.
So silly. So then he goes and he captures Clint Eastwood.
Yes, we get some good shootout fighting and capturing.
Yeah,
where he manages to capture Clint Eastwood.
I feel like this is the first moment where we do see violence. I feel like it's very, it's not blockbustery, but it's a lot more crowd-pleasing popcorn violence. In the first one, it's shockingly violent.
Yes.
In the second one, that whole movie is just very brutal, the second one. So that one's also pretty violent. In this one, it's yeah, he killed him, and then he makes a quip. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. It's a bit more Marvel. I'll give you that.
I'm not saying that as a bad thing. It just makes sense that this is the most popular one because that's a lot of the violence is very, aside from the war scene, a lot of the violence is very blockbustery. Which is interesting.
We'll get there, Sandro. So he captures Clint. They go back to the desert. I mean, it's haha, he's gonna get his revenge. Because he's forcing Clint to walk in the desert.
Oh, in the desert while he's got his pink parasol keeping him shaded. That was
drinking
funny.
Water and stuff. I'm like, damn. It is also kind of brutal, though, because you just see Clint just dying in the desert while he's watching.
The prosthetic makeup of him in it's so good. It's so good. His face looks fucked. It's so messed up.
Looks like it does nowadays,
That's rude. I think he's aged pretty well for a...
He has, actually, very well.
Is he 90? How old is he now?
I would say he's still pretty handsome, and that's pretty incredible for someone his age.
For a 95-year-old man, he looks pretty good.
He looks banging.
Yeah.
I will say it. I think he's the hottest 95-year-old I know.
Oh, I don't know. Have you seen Dick Van Dyke? Wait, he's 100. So never mind.
Yeah. Specifically 95 and no other age. So, Clint is about to die.
Yep.
And then a mysterious carriage is heard off in the distance. Tushio sort of perks up and we see a carriage thundering down a roadway.
Yep.
While they're doing this. And Tushio runs over and sort of calms the horses down to see what's happening.
Yeah, and then he's like, there's a bunch of dead bodies in here. And then he loots them. He takes all the money. And I'm like, is this me playing Red Dead? Is this
exactly. Right. This is why I would give him Vulture, right?
His morality scale, if we're talking Red Dead, you have that morality based on what you do. He's like right in the middle. He's right in the middle because he's looting those bodies, but he's also helping some people out sometimes.
Yeah, he's not good, but he's definitely not the worst. You know, he's not bad.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Clint Eastwood is actually Red Dead's a perfect way because a morality scale is exactly how you do this. Because you could like murder a whole bunch of people, but if you donate enough to orphans, it's like, well, you know, that's all forgiven. So I feel like Clint Eastwood is on the good spectrum. However, he's like the player that's like farming good karma so that he can do horrific genocide later on and not be punished for it, right?
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
He does a genocide and then goes to an orphanage and donate, like he just spends a whole lot of money to reset his morality thing and be like, cool, I'm still a good character and everyone will treat me like that.
Now I'm going to go shoot everyone in Valentine again. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly, right? And he keeps doing that.
That's pretty accurate.
And and then the other guy's just like, he's not necessarily bad. He just will do whatever's best for him, which just so happens to be bad most of the time. So he's on the low end of the morality scale.
Definitely. Okay, so in the carriage, he finds, a Confederate soldier named Bill Carson, and he's like, give me some water and I'll tell you about... He's not old. I don't know why I'm doing an old man voice, but just go with it.
Well, he's raspy.
I'm younger. I'm young and I'm raspy. I'm not an old man. We hid Confederate gold in a cemetery on sad... Well, it's not really...
I'll go. How did you get into the studio? I'll go. Get out.
He doesn't say it's Confederate gold because he is a Confederate soldier, so to him it's just gold. But he's like, I hid 200... Was it 250,000 or was it 200,000? Because I swear he said 250, and then for the rest of the movie they kept saying 200, and I was like, but wasn't it 250?
The subtitle said 200,000, so that's what I heard.
Yeah.
The character may have said something and the movie did something else.
Yeah.
Which is significantly more than either of the other movies combined.
Not more than 2. He got $1 million.
In 2?
Yeah, at the end. He takes all the money from the bank.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Which is why that one has to be the last one, because he made so much money.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there's that as well. That's crazy. I thought he might have returned that money. If he's going... I think I mentioned that at the end, was like, he's going to possibly return some of that money.
I don't know.
Because he is going to... But, like, you could quite argue quite easily that he's just going to keep that money.
Yeah, I'd take it and retire. That's what I'd do, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
200,000. We've calculated it before, and it's like 25 times the amount.
Something roughly like that, yeah.
Would be equivalent to now. So it's definitely over $1 million for this one.
And so the dying guy is like, the gold, it's hidden in a cemetery on Sad Hill, and I'll tell you the name of the grave that it is in if you give me some water, good sir. So Tuco's like, all right, I'm gonna go get water. He goes to get water, but he takes too long, and he dies. But not before Clint Eastwood crawled over to him, and he knows the name of the grave. Oh no, now they got to bloody work together.
Ooh.
And you immediately see Tuco like switch. He's like, oh, I didn't mean to kill you. We're best friends. And I'm British all of a sudden. We got to work together.
That's what I'm saying. He's like a vulture, right? He just does what's kind of optimal for him at the time, you know?
Yes.
I still don't know which one you would argue is the eagle and which one's the hawk. Which...
I'd say Clint Eastwood's the eagle.
Okay.
And the other guy's the hawk because he's more cunning. Clint Eastwood's more cunning in the other movies, but he's not quite there yet. In this one.
Well, the problem is we don't see the other guy enough to argue which one is more cunning in this movie.
That's fair.
But I could see it go either way, so I would agree with you. Yeah, so he takes Clint Eastwood to a convent.
Yes, this was an interesting point where Clint Eastwood is recovering. I think as well, like he betrayed his partner, left him out in the desert, and then he got almost killed in the desert. So I think that, like, character-wise, in terms of what comes in the rest of the films, it kind of makes sense. a little bit here, maybe. What's going on? I don't know. I think...
What do you mean? Elaborate.
Because he's like, oh, shit, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't be a bit of a dickhead, actually. Maybe I should be more cunning when I'm trying to screw people over.
Yeah, he's learning. Ah, okay, yeah. He's learning how to screw people over, which is in the first one. Is he's very good at screwing people over.
Yeah.
Which
maybe
is
that.
Yeah, he's got some learning points in this one. I see that. Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
But more importantly, in the convent scene, we see Tuco has a brother who's a priest, and this was because like up until this point, he's been an annoying character. He's been the idiot, the jester of the film, and we get one serious scene where his brother's like, your parents died and you were off trying to con people. Like, what the
yeah,
what the fuck are you doing, dude?
And it really it's a rough scene for Tuccio. He's like, shit,
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, I also fucked a whole bunch of people. I also have many wives. Just FYI. Just a bit of lore.
Just a bit of lore. Just a lot of lore, which I really liked, all that lore. I thought it was good.
Yeah. It made me really like his character, because he's like, yeah, well, you chose the priesthood, after the parents, broke up or whatever, but I chose the banditry. And if you think about it, mine was way harder, And the other guy's like, yeah, whatever, buddy, And then they have a little punch on, right?
A little bit. Yeah, definitely.
And then, Tuccio leaves to get Clint Eastwood, his money maker man.
Oh, and I like the scene where they're riding away, and he's like, man, I love my brother. My brother loves me so much. He's always so happy to see me. And Clint Eastwood's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. I overheard what was going on.
Clint actually overheard what happened. And yeah. It was funny because Tuccio also comes into Clint Eastwood's bedroom at one point, and it's like, oh my God, you're dying. I know they tell me you're gonna die. I'm so sad and heartbroken. Please, if you were me, you would tell me what the name of the grave was. And Clint Eastwood's like, I know I'll recover because I'm with such a good friend.
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck.
That was a great scene. I think
they have a good buddy cop relationship, I think.
I agree. I think, though, criticism number one of the movie, first, real one, outside of Brownface is bad, I think that his brother should have come back at the end or at any other point in the movie. I think that they kind of introduced it, and then they didn't do anything. He doesn't show up ever again. I think it's good character development for what he does later in the film, but I think that he should have been in this more.
Yeah. Do you know what I would have added? Right at the end there, you see, Clint ride off into the sunset, and then you cut back to Tuccio, and he's bringing the money back to the convent.
Yeah.
And so he leaves a bunch of money in sacks at the convent door or whatever. He does a thing where he's carrying it by. He looks at the doorstep. He looks at these money bags. Looks at the doorstep. And he's like, nah, fuck him. And then he leaves. But then it cuts to the doorstep, and then you hear some footsteps. Run. Places
back,
one bag.
Yeah.
And then runs off,
That would have been pretty
Knocks
funny.
on the door, runs off. Yeah. Something like that would have been good, yeah.
I do have an idea for the ending that my partner and I came up with, but we'll talk about that at the end as well, because I think your idea is good.
Mine's more of an end of credits scene.
Yeah, mine kind of changes the whole ending.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get there.
We'll get to that.
We got a little bit of movie to go through. So, Clint and Tuccio then ride towards the grave site,
the cemetery. Yeah, and they're dressed up as Confederate soldiers.
Yes, because they took the uniforms off the Confederate soldiers that were all dead. And that they learned where the money was off them. And they're riding through the hills and other things where they see a company of soldiers coming down the hillside. And they're like, uh-oh, which side are they on? And Tuccio sees, they're wearing grey. So they must be the Confederates, like what we're dressed as. Perfect. And he just starts spouting Confederate, propaganda and all this sort of thing. He's like, yeah, God is with the Confederacy, blah, 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 blah. And then as the soldiers get closer, it's revealed that it was just dust coating all these soldiers. They were just... Every single one of them was coated head to foot in dust, and they brush it off, and all their uniforms become blue.
Oh my god, they're Union soldiers. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no.
I will say, I do like that. I really like history-adjacent movies where, like, this is set during the Civil War, but it's not. Well, there's one part that is, but it's not about the Civil War in any way.
Yeah, well, we'll get to the part where it's about the Civil War, Sandro.
Yeah,
but first we got to get taken back to this camp.
They're POWs now.
It's an important character. Yeah. Well, what a twist! Did not see that one coming.
God, they're taken to a prison, and then I'm sure they're all going to get beaten up because that happens in every film. Clint Eastwood has to get beaten up by someone, so. Surely it's here.
Well, maybe he's getting a bit tired of getting beaten up because this movie specifically avoids it. Instead, it spends its time beating the crap out of Tushio instead.
Oh, I guess he got beaten up by almost dying of dehydration.
Yeah, he got beaten up by the sun, actually. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. That was his... They were like, people are getting tired of seeing you beaten up. We need to mix this up somehow. How do we get this contracted, like... I have to get beaten up.
Yeah.
But without an actual beater. We'll get him to die by the sun. Perfect.
Yes. So they're at this POW Union camp, and they're doing a roll call, and eventually they reach Bill Carson, which is who Tuco is pretending to be, and who overhears it? Why? It's the bad Mr. Van Cleef.
Van Cleef is there, and of course he heard earlier... from his introduction, that Bill is the one who knows where all the money is. So he knows that Tushio knows something about where this money is.
Yeah.
So he pulls him in and is like, hey, Tushio, my old buddy. They also seem to all know each other.
I was really interested in that as well. They do, and I want to know how. I want a prequel to the prequel. I want to know what's going on here.
And I feel like that's what they originally planned, was they were going to make a prequel to this, but obviously Clint said no, because he didn't want to do any more of these.
Yeah, he was like, I'm done doing Italian movies where I have to dub them over again. That's actually his reason why he stopped doing them. He was like, I don't like dubbing them. That's boring. I want to do something else. So he went off and started making his own movies.
That's fair. I think my theory is they were all part of a gang at some point, right?
Yeah.
But they all split up over differences, right?
Yes. Well, because Clint Eastwood's a lot younger, the character, than the other two, I feel. But I think Tuco and Angel Eyes is the name of the bad guy. I think Tuco and Angel are pretty close in age. So it would make sense if they were in, like, some sort of partnership.
Yeah. And I want to bring up something there, actually. You mentioned something just there that made me kind of mad throughout this film because it was stupid and I didn't like it.
Okay.
Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
What hair color would you describe Clint Eastwood, Sandro?
I was wondering when you'd bring up his nickname.
What color would you describe his hair?
It's like light brown?
I would say it's pretty brown.
Yeah.
I don't know. What would you call brown hair, Sandro?
Brown hair. I'd say it's brown hair.
You could say a brunette, possibly.
Oh,
as
sure.
Well, you know?
Totally. Yeah.
Do you know what you wouldn't use?
What wouldn't you use?
Like most other colors, because it's brown, right?
Oh, yeah.
But specifically, it's not blonde! It's not blonde, Sandro. He doesn't have blonde hair. Why do they keep calling it Blondie?
Yeah, his nickname in this one's Blondie. Well, because I guess he's like the young one. He's the dumb one. Is that it? Maybe?
Is it because he's the freshie? Or is it like an inside joke because of something that... Was he blonde, and then because of the sun, his hair's gotten more brown? Because that could happen.
That could happen. Sure. Well, maybe they knew him when he was a kid and he had blonde hair as a kid, and now he's got, darker hair.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Is that the situation? We don't know. We don't get any context. He's just called Blondie. And it's funny because the bad guy references him as, like, the blonde angel for Tukio.
Yes.
Right? But the other character in the scene doesn't get it because no one blonde is around.
That was
which is very funny.
I like that scene. That was good. Maybe you'll have to read the prequel novels that we talked about last week if you want to really know.
Right, there's novels.
Yeah,
I forgot about
novels.
that. Yeah, there's probably something in the novels to explain all of this bullshit. But yeah, they got some weird nicknames.
Maybe it's just a dumb line that the dumb character came up with because he's an idiot. He's the idiot guy.
Yeah.
He has nicknames for everyone, but they're not accurate.
That is also something that could happen. Is like Tushio called him blonde, even though he wasn't, and they just stuck with that, and they just kept calling him blonde.
Yeah. Okay, so Angel Eyes, he's like, have all this food, Tuco. Have this drink, Tuco. Oh, there's music outside. Oh, I got a band playing. They're playing a song. My band's playing a song. Covers up the sound of me torturing the fuck out of you for 5 minutes straight.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh, I think that's after we get a scene where he goes to the captain of the POW camp. And the captain's I'm hearing rumors that there's some people been torturing the prisoners here. I don't fuck with any of that. Look, I got gout and I'm gonna die, but I don't fuck with any of that. And if you see anyone doing that, tell them off for me.
And he's like, oh yes, of course. I'll stop all that torturing that's going on. I definitely won't be the one torturing people. Anyway, I hope you definitely live, person with gout who I don't like.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
I really liked that actor. He's only in the one scene, but he was really good.
Yeah, and it's a bit sad that we don't get more of that storyline. I feel like I don't want to say the extended cut had more of that, but I am curious to see if the extended cut had some of that. Because it's not the director's cut.
No,
but I would like to know more about these characters.
There's a famous scene called I think it's called the cave scene, which is a torture scene. So I would assume it's the bad guy. It's probably some more stuff with him. So I think that he might have more stuff to do in the long version. Yeah.
I really hope in the extended version there's a wife that really wants to cheat on their short husband and is just really horny for no reason.
Yeah, this one's not like Geralt at all. There's no Geralt at all in this one.
Which is no wonder you don't like this as much as the other one, Sandro, because it's not Geralt anymore. Clint Eastwood is more of a what's the girl's name? Siri? Siri? Is that right?
I guess. Oh, because he's blonde.
Yeah, he's blonde, but he's also he's kind of learning how to be a cowboy. He's not quite a cowboy yet.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, fair. Yeah, no, I see that.
So that's what I'm saying. He's more of a Syrian, this one, rather than a Geralt.
I get that, definitely.
And he's the young, protege, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas Tushio is kind of the Geralt. But as you say, he's more of the Red Dead sort of...
Yeah, he's more like Red. I'd say he's probably more like... Dandelion's not this malicious, though. But he's a little bit like a dandelion.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Okay. He gets the name... Angel gets the name of the cemetery.
Yes.
From Tuco. And then he's like, all right, we'll send him off to get hanged. Or get hung. I don't know. Fuck you if you're going to correct me. And he's like, I know that torturing Clint Eastwood won't work. So I'm just going to team up with him.
Which is very funny. I like that as a scene. I'm like, because Angel Eyes is like, I could torture you, but we both know that wouldn't work. So instead, we're just going to work together. I was like, damn, that's cool. I wish we knew the context for this, but, the movie's not going to tell us that. We're just going to be like, they're cool together and continue on.
Yeah.
It's very Hollywoody. I think there's I think that's definitely adds to the Hollywoodness.
Yeah.
We get a lot of, things that allude to stuff, but we don't actually see. And I find that a little annoying.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I do think, though, if I were to rank these, Fistful of Dollars is my favorite. And then I think 2 and 3 are on the same level, just slightly below it. Yeah. I still think all 3 are about the same level of I really like them. Yeah. Anyway, I loved so Tuco's been taken by I think it's the big brute guy who's in all 3 films.
Yeah. I think maybe he's the guy that I called the ugly in the second one. It's possible.
Maybe, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure in the first film, he's the one that gets exploded by the barrel.
Yes, I think he is.
Korea's dad. Yeah, and then he dies. So yeah, good actor, like him. In this one, he's got kind of like a scarred eye, which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
And he captures Tushio, and they put him on a train. And he handcuffs himself to Tushio. So they handcuff together on a train. And there's like a sort of them going through Tushio's being a dick, you know.
Yeah.
Doing all these things. They're having these back and forths. And then, Tushio tries to escape at night.
There's a fire inside you can't ignore. Stand still? Not a chance. You're a lifelong learner who's come this far. Now, we're here to help you keep going further. Capella University. What can't you do? Visit capella.edu to learn more.
Is it night? No, when all of them are sleeping.
Yeah, when he's sleeping. He tries to take the gun, yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't work. So then he's like, actually, I need a pee. I need a pee now. It's been like 10 hours. I need a pee. The guy's like, well, you already fucking stink. So I don't want to make it any worse. So let's get you peeing. So they go over to the carriage door, open it up.
Yeah.
And then Tushi was like, can't pee while you're watching.
What a awful way to pee. Your pee's just going to go on everyone. And we see people just hanging out in the carriage behind them. They're going to get covered in piss, mate.
It depends where the wind's blowing, I feel. Yeah. You know. There's definitely I think there's definitely a risk of splashback, for sure.
A risk, yeah, for sure.
But I feel like you could pee off a moving train and it would just go onto the tracks and then just be a line.
Oh, potentially.
Following the train. That's what I feel like what's going to happen.
That's true. I don't know, man. I honestly think that's why he's the idiot. Because, Donald Trump would pay a lot for that, And so I think a lot of them will as well.
Yeah, that's fair. He's wasting that golden opportunity.
He is.
You know what
he
I'm
really
saying.
is. He really is.
But also, we're used to modern trains that go pretty quick, right?
Yeah, fair.
I think these trains aren't, they aren't quite going as fast as some modern trains. So there wouldn't be as much of a risk of splashback in that case.
But anyway, he's like, just joking, I didn't need a piss. I'm going to pull you off the train. And they go off the train. And then he slams the guy's head on a rock. That was fucking brutal.
That's a pretty brutal scene. We got some brutal things, and the film's only going to get more brutal.
And we get the iconic scene where he's going to break the chain by getting another train to run over it. That was a good moment as well. So he's escaped.
Break the chain with the train. It was a good scene.
Yeah.
I liked it. And then, he hops aboard and it's like, Tushio's on the move. All right.
And that's why he's kind of the main character of this, because Clint Eastwood's off with Angel Eyes, but we don't follow him. We follow Tuco the whole time.
Yeah. Tuco, he's good. He's great. I love him. And, I like, it's kind of like, this is a weird analogy, but have you watched Top Gear before, Sandro?
No, I've watched quite a bit of Top Gear before, yes.
Yes. I think most Australians would say they have. And it's kind of like one of their races where they all have their own things that they're trying to do and racing to the same point.
Yeah.
It kind of gave me that sort of vibes,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
They all eventually end up in a war-torn town where there's cannon fire going off. A lot of shit happening.
I was going to say, how do you know it's war-torn? Boom!
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you know it's war-torn. It's because literal mortars are being fired into the place.
We won't talk about it that in depth, but there's that guy who wants revenge on Tuco while he's taking a bath because he shot his arm off.
Incredible scene, yeah. Because Tushio, while scavenging, Vulture, finds a bath that's been run. And then he just grabs all the bubble bath next to it and just pours it all into the bathtub. And so then he starts having a bath and there's just bubbles everywhere.
Yeah.
But did you notice, Sandra? He still had the strap around his neck.
He did.
And do you know what that strap's connected to?
His
penis.
No, his gun.
His gun.
Which is a euphemism
That's
for...
what I said. His penis. He shoots the guy that comes in and literally says, just shoot. don't talk, just shoot. When you need to shoot, shoot. When you need to talk, talk, you know?
Because the guy comes in and is like, I've been wanting to do this for 15 years.
Yeah, he starts monologuing.
It's so good. Anyway, we cut to Clint Eastwood. He's got a cat. Very cute. Clint Eastwood recognizes Tuco's gun going off. He's like, oh, he's here. Now it's time for me to break away from Angel Eyes. So he breaks away from him, kills a bunch of people. We get that moment where he goes into where Tuco's having a bath, startles each other. We get to see his butt. It's a whole scene. But they eventually like, all right, the deal's back on. We'll team up.
Yeah.
And so they go around, they kill all of Angel Eye's men, but he escapes. So he's off. We don't see him again until the end of the movie. So now it's time to head off to the cemetery.
Sandro, I know the storyline has been all good and stuff, and you've been enjoying this movie and stuff. Can we take a break for a moment?
A break? Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Can we talk about the war for like 30 minutes?
The war? What war?
Well, you see, a little bit of history here. Do you know America?
I hate that I do, but yes.
Yeah.
I know a lot about them.
Yeah. Well, did you know they had a civil war?
What? How? Yeah, a bunch, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, that's in this story now. That's
Don't
kind of
date
like
the
a big
podcast,
thing.
Zach. That happened now. Or
Yeah, we recorded this podcast during the American Civil War, by the way.
no, I meant the new one that's happening.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah, that's good. The joke is that it's gonna happen, and then when the episode comes out, it dates.
No, that was good.
It dates.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
This is going to be rough when that actually happens in real life. We can't release this episode because you made that joke.
I have a feeling we're going to release it and then it'll happen. So we'll be fine. It won't affect the algorithm that much.
Don't worry. Starkey's going to retroactively come back to this episode and cut that whole joke just so there's just going to be like a beep and then Saki saying, sorry, this joke was cut because the things that were joked about happened in real life and it's no longer funny to make this joke.
No,
yeah.
It's barely funny to make it now, to be honest. It's a sad world. Anyway, the American
Speaking
Civil
of a sad
War.
world, we get to see people blown to pieces.
Holy
because,
shit.
Yeah.
This fucking sequence is so good. It's so well done.
It's very funny because, of course, Tushio, he's navigating.
Yeah.
So they get to the thing, and he's like, I have a great sense of directions. I have a feeling we're right around the corner from the cemetery. Bang, they get captured by Union soldiers.
Yeah, again.
And literally they walk 5 feet and it's a giant field of soldiers. Like as he's like literally round the corner, they were right next to this giant army of people.
So what's happening here? I don't know if this is a real location. I don't think it is a real location.
I don't think so.
But it's this bridge that is apparently quite an important bridge. And so the Union and the Confederates are on separate sides of the bridge. Neither of them want to destroy the bridge because it's an important bridge, but they're both fighting for the bridge at least once a day. So heaps of people are dying just to keep this bridge not taken by the other team or whatever. And so...
Which is... You say other team, and all I can think of is like, this is a Halo map, you know? It's capture the bridge,
capture the flag,
right?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
And I like when it's like other countries make American-type movies, because this is such a dumb thing. The two armies are fighting over this. They're wasting so many people for a dumb bridge. Just a stupid bridge.
Yeah.
And I like that is the part of the American war that we see in this film. I thought that was quite good. We are introduced to the alcoholic captain?
Yeah, captain. Who is a great character, who has like almost more character development than Golden Eyes in this movie. Because, yeah, he's introduced. They go, General, we wish to enlist. And he's like, well, first up, you're going to have to recognize rank, because I'm a captain. Second up, to enlist? You guys want to enlist? Sure, you got to pass the test. And he passes them a jug of alcohol, which they drink. And he's like, you did it. You passed the test. You're in.
That was great. That was a good moment.
Yeah. And then he starts drunkenly wandering through the ranks and being like, all right, let me give you the lowdown. There's a bridge. We both sides wanted intact, and we are all wasting men to kill it. I hate this bridge. I dream about blowing it up every night.
Yes.
But if I did, I would be court-martialed, right?
Yep.
But he hates this bridge.
And so their daily fight breaks out. Everyone runs into war. I love the cinematography of the whole movie is incredible. A lot of like long shots far away from the action, then close-ups, all that classic stuff. But we see this battle from the perspective of Clint Eastwood watching it. And so it's like really far away, slowly zooming in on just people running and shooting each other. Yeah. It's really effective. It's really, really, really well done. That was a great moment where it turns into a war film. But the two of them are like, all right, we need to cross the bridge. People are going to keep dying on the bridge, so we're going to go blow up the bridge. So they go to blow up the bridge.
Yeah, it's great. And I like, this is a scene where both of them kind of do a good thing for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And I like the trope of doing a good thing for the wrong reasons. I think that should be used more. But also in this case, it's blowing up a bridge, which is great because it looks awesome when they blow up the bridge as well.
Yep.
And they have a great conversation where they like, well, we might die here, so how about we both give each other the information, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so reluctantly, and I was surprised that Tushio... is his name Tushio?
Tuco. Both of them.
Tuco. I say Tushio because it sounds like a different character, I know, but it's Tuco.
Yeah.
Tuco, says the location first. He's like, it's at this gravesite. And I was like, oh, damn, that was pretty trusting.
Yeah.
And then Clint Eastwood is like, oh, yeah, it's what was the character, the random gravestoning names? I remember it's a very specific name.
I wrote it down somewhere. Let me find it. It is Arch Stanton.
Arch Stanton, yes.
Yeah.
Your name's Arch Stanton, and I'm like, I have a feeling that someone just lied right about now, and I don't think it's the ugly character.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they blow up the bridge, which starts the fighting again. Oh, but it's great because the captain's taken a wound at this stage, and so he's dying.
Yeah.
And he's like, Doc, come on, you gotta keep me alive. I have a feeling something good's just about to happen. And the last thing he sees before he dies is the bridge blowing up, and he smiles. And I was like, fuck yeah. That character had an arc, an entire arc within like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing arc. It was better than the bad guy's arc. It was better than Clint Eastwood's arc, I'll say it.
Yeah, I agree with this.
It's almost as good as Tushio? Oh, God damn it.
Tuco's arc. Yeah.
Tuco's arc.
It is a very good arc. And also, the explosion of the bridge for 1966, pretty fucking cool, pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Big booms. I like it. I like those big booms. Okay, immediately after this really, really, that was a 20-minute sequence. We got 20 minutes of the film left. Great moment. The movie stops, becomes a war film for a bit. We get probably the dumbest scene in the film.
Okay.
This is a very dumb moment where they're walking towards the cemetery. Clint Eastwood stops because he sees a soldier dying. And so he goes over to the soldier. He gives the soldier his jacket so he can die, I guess, more peacefully. He gives him a cigarette as well.
I like that.
And the soldier just happens to have the famous poncho from the other two movies. So he takes that poncho and he's like, my poncho now. No version of Clint Eastwood's character would do this.
I don't know.
I don't believe it.
I think him giving him the cigarette.
The cigarette,
correct,
yes,
right?
For sure, yeah.
That, because we literally just saw him help the other guy. And I think it's good because it also shows that, he's helping a Confederate soldier, there's a bit of, we're all human in the end.
Yeah.
Sort of vibe.
I feel like it's a moment for the movie. It's a moment for the story, but it doesn't work for the character.
Absolutely. But, there is a little bit of that there. And I think there's slightly more. But yes, I think it is a bit of a contrived scene for him. I wish it was the captain's poncho, right?
Absolutely. Makes way more sense.
And then it would have been good if he, like, put on the poncho and then was, like, ordering people around for a bit.
Yeah.
Trying to pretend to be, and that's how they snuck over to the bridge instead of, like, stealing a stretcher.
Yeah.
Which was a bit of a dick move.
Turns into like a Looney Tunes when they're carrying it around on the
Yeah,
that
it
was so
It
funny.
was very Looney Tunes. It was very silly.
But yeah, I just don't think that moment works. I also don't like, because he kind of collects the iconic outfit for the for the other two movies throughout this one. None of it's really, like, shown as, like, and now he has the hat. Like, that never happens.
I think that's fine.
It does happen for the poncho, though, and it reminded me, of, like, Solo. It's like, oh my god, he got the dice that he puts in the Millennium Falcon, or it's like young Indiana Jones where, oh, he got the hat from this guy that meant a lot to him or whatever. I don't know. I just think it's kind of dumb when movies do that, to be honest.
I agree. I think that scene, though, was kind of deserved because he got the full fit. I think the idea was he picked up pieces of his fit throughout the film.
Yeah.
And then they have that one shot where it's like, hey, this is the guy now. He's got all the fit on, you know?
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
Well, I guess at this point as well, he comes up with a plan. He's got a plan that he's doing, to come out on top of everyone. So he has started to become the guy in the next one, I guess. But
yeah, right?
Yeah, anyway.
I think it makes sense. I like the poncho scene. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
But Sandro, he's a big movie bro, so he didn't like it at all.
I thought it was... I don't really care. It was just a moment where I was like, I would have done that differently.
It was very dumb.
I would have made it the captain's poncho. That makes way more sense. And then he's it's no wonder he carries it around, because he's like, hey, that guy was kind of cool.
Yeah, because the guy fucked. He was like, drink lots. We're all gonna die anyway. Like, I wish I could save all these people. And I was like, based.
So Tuco rides off without Eastwood because now he knows the name of the grave. We get.
And so Eastwood just casually walks over to a cannon that's, like, lying around because they're in a war zone, and he's like, trying to get away, huh? Grabs his cigar.
Yeah.
Casually lights the cannon. Fucking blows up Tukio's horse. Boom! I was like, what the fuck?
That was great. But he does make it to the graveyard, and was this the scene that you were talking about, Zach, where you said that you wished this scene was shorter?
What do you mean? What scene do?
We get a music video. A new song kicks in. Fucking banger.
Great.
And then we have Tuco running around looking at different graves for about 4 minutes.
Yes. And you know what the problem is, Sandro? It's doing this, like, panning shot with the camera.
Oh.
And I got immediately nauseous. Immediately as soon as the scene started. It does this thing where it's, like, panning over hundreds of graves. And I get the idea, right?
Yeah.
The idea is, look at how many thousands of graves are here. They're going to have to search through, like, every single one, try and find it, right? And he's, like, running around for, like, 4 minutes straight. Great music. Scene was ruined by the fact that I could not watch it because I started getting nauseous immediately. And then the more I watched it, the more nauseous I got.
You know what? That's fair. I personally loved it. I loved it, but 100%, if this makes you motion sick, this is not a good moment.
It was unfortunate because I thought the scene itself was really good, right?
Yeah.
I loved it. But the trouble is... why am I getting motion sick? Why do a thing where I get motion sick? Can you not do a panning technique that doesn't make me feel ill physically?
That's very fair. Very fair point. Extremely fair point.
They could have done, like, some snap cut and then zoom in on a name and it's, like, not the name and he snap cuts to another one and then you just a wide shot of him running through the whole thing, like, pausing at different gravestones.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, there was a way to do it, and I liked the music, though. It was good.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so, obviously, Clint Eastwood gave him the wrong name for the grave, because he goes to the grave, and he's like, there's nothing in here, what the fuck? And Clint Eastwood's like, yeah, well, haha, I pranked you.
Yeah.
Then Angel Eyes. Oh, I do love the scene, because Tuco's digging up the gold. That's not the gold, it's just a body. And Clint Eastwood's like, maybe this'll help, and throws him a shovel. And then Angel Eyes shows up and is like, yeah, but 2 is better than 1. And then he throws a shovel.
Yeah. The way they're introduced is just a shovel kind of gets thrown onto screen, and it's like, oh, here he is. Like, because obviously, what's his name? Clint Eastwood was going to show up, right? Because he wasn't that far behind. I was wondering when he was going to show up. He tosses him a shovel, and then another shovel gets thrown into scene, and you're like, what?
Oh my god, he's
Who
here.
is throwing another? And yeah. It's you got the bad, the good, and the ugly.
And Clint Eastwood's like, I told you the wrong name of the grave, you dum-dum. But how did he know the name of a grave that was in the cemetery, though? That's a bit...
That is a bit of a plot hole in this movie.
It's not a plot hole, because they cover it immediately at the end.
I know, because they immediately fixed it, and I was like, that's clever. Very clever.
I'm going to spoil the movie. The grave next to the one that they dug up is marked as unknown, and I was immediately like, oh, it's that one. I was immediately like, oh, it's that one. Yeah. It's kind of like in like a Scooby-Doo cartoon where you can tell what door the monster's going to jump out of because it's colored differently.
It's animated.
Like, this was the other grave that was lit in the scene, and I was like, oh, it's that one. But anyway.
Yeah. So, the dead guy told him it was the grave marked unknown next to Annie, what's his name?
Whatever the fuck his name is. Annie, are you okay? Yeah.
Are you okay, Annie?
Yeah.
And so Clint Eastwood's like, all right, I'm going to write the name on the bottom of this rock.
Yes.
All right? And we're going to earn this money. And then he goes and stands in this, like, courtyard in the middle of this graveyard. He places the stone in the middle and backs to one corner.
And then, oh my god, the music kicks in. It's the we've heard the theme. Well, we not only heard the theme for this movie, but we've heard his theme from all the other movies all throughout it. Incredible soundtrack.
And we kind of get a bit of the like pocket watch or the like chimes in the scene.
It kicks in there as well. Yep. Everything.
To throw back to the second movie.
Everything comes in, and we get a three-way standoff. Oh my god, it's the famous scene.
Yeah, and I got goosebumps. I thought, wow, this is good. This movie definitely had a kind of like, I'm going to say, canonically number one Star Wars, right?
What do you mean by this?
Episode 1, the movie, right?
Yeah.
Because that movie's pretty boring. Except for the ending, which you have the Darth Maul fight scene, which carries that film pretty hard.
Are you saying that the ending of this movie was the best part of it?
I'm saying it ended on a high note, which definitely helps people's opinions to be quite high of this movie.
Yeah, for sure. I think that this is a lot more entertaining than anything the prequels has to offer. But I don't... I definitely understand what you're saying. Yeah, this final... Like, the showdown in all three movies has been really good, but this one, it just kicks it up a notch. It's really good.
Oh, absolutely.
Cutting to all their hands and their eyes, and then the long shot, and then cutting to the music. And eventually, Tuco and fucking Clint Eastwood, they kill Angel Eyes. They both shoot him.
Yeah, it's a long, tense scene, though. It's about, 2 minutes of them just staring at each other because they're trying to do calculating. I'd like to point out, Sandro, that only one of them actually shoots, I believe.
That's right, because Clint Eastwood unloaded Tuco's gun. What a troll.
Yes.
What a fucking mad
Tuco
lad.
tries to shoot both of them, and he has no bullets. He's like, you fucker. It was very funny.
And so Clint Eastwood's like, okay, I didn't write anything on the rock because it's in that unknown grave. So Tuco goes over, he digs up the money, and he's like, we're rich, oh my god. And then he looks up at Clint Eastwood, but the camera pans up, and instead of Clint Eastwood looking at him, it's a noose.
And you're like, ooh, that's not good.
Nope.
Because Clint Eastwood forces the ugly to put on the noose.
Yes.
And stand on a gravestone, which is very wobbly. And he's like, you bastard.
Yeah, he's yelling all his...
Blondie!
His thing is, he yells insults a lot as well. I don't think we mentioned that. He loves to yell his insults. And,
Blondie, come back.
Yeah, because he takes half the money, he leaves half of it for Tuco, but then doesn't cut him down for a very long time. He rides away. It's a long shot. He rides all the way away, turns the corner.
You are kind of left wondering, it's like, is he actually going to shoot him down? But I feel like if you're leaving the money there, you must be shooting him down, right?
Well, that's right.
You have to be shooting him down.
He doubles back on his tracks, comes around, and he shoots the rope, and he lands in the gold. Tuco lands in the gold.
Tuco gets up, he runs after her. He's Blondie, you know your problem? You're a son of a...
I was like, comedic editing with music in the 60s? So ahead of its time.
That was a great ending.
That was incredible.
That was a great ending. But Sandro,
yes.
You were saying before that you might have a better ending.
Yeah.
You know how to improve this ending.
Yeah, so my partner and I were watching this last night, and we were like, character-wise, no one learned anything, really, at the end of this movie. Aside from maybe Clint Eastwood a little bit, and he carries that into the other films, not being as reckless, I guess. But this was our idea, mainly my partner's idea, but I will take credit, obviously, because I'm the one...
take full credit. Your idea.
Yeah, I'm the one with the podcast. I've got the microphone, so, completely my idea. I came up with it all on my own, actually. All on my own.
You wrote it on a napkin. It's all yours.
Yeah. The idea is, so Clint Eastwood, unloaded Tuco's gun.
Yes.
Instead, because Angel Eyes doesn't shoot anyone. No one gets a bullet wound or anything. And so the idea was, maybe Angel Eyes shoots Tuco.
Yeah.
Wounds him or something. And so he's like, oh my God, I'm losing blood or whatever. And then he goes to shoot Clint Eastwood, but then Tuco's like, I'm dead already. So, he sacrifices himself. And shoots Angel Eyes, but dies. So the ugly dies.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, right? Character-wise, I'm like, sure, why not? He died, the young guy gets the money. Clint Eastwood takes all the money. But then he takes the money, gives half of it to his brother at the end of the movie. Bring it round character-wise, I think. I just feel like the ending is good, but a little bit different.
I agree. I think that could have been good. I'm not sure Tuco needs to die, but maybe, be injured or something.
Yeah.
I like your ending a little better, though. I do like that.
I feel like the ending is good. Maybe I am being blasphemous by trying to change what is considered one of the best films ever. But, I don't know. I was not left underwhelmed with the ending because everything about it worked. But I'm like, what if there was just a little bit more character? A little bit more character in there. I don't know. I just wanted the brother to come back, honestly.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
No, I also think that the end of credit scene is take the money and he shows up back.
Yeah.
Maybe he drops it back. Maybe he goes in and it's like, hey brother, I'm gonna do better now. Here's thousands of dollars in Confederates money.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. Yeah. But overall, I think that this was a jolly ride, a fun time. It didn't feel too 2.5, almost 3 hours long. I will be honest. It didn't feel that long.
No, it didn't. But I honestly wish there was more in places. I felt wanting at the end was my trouble.
Well, maybe you'll have to watch the extendedness longer.
Yeah, maybe it's good. Maybe old people voice is actually the solution. And what I need.
It's got a bunch of... makes a longer film. Or maybe you'd want to watch a remake, Zach.
Ooh,
that's right, we finished going through the plot. If there's nothing else that you want to talk about, Zach, we'll move on to the future of the franchise. Last week, we talked about all of the books. Carry On the Man with No Name's legacy. But, Zach, did you know that there's a remake of this movie from 2008?
Oh, no. It's... seeing as I didn't know about it, I'm going to presume it was bad.
To be honest, it looks pretty good. It is a South Korean film.
Oh!
Called The Good...
No, wait a minute.
No.
It's not made by, Hollywood white people. This might actually be good.
It's called The Good, the Bad, the Weird. And it's, it just kind of takes the plot... I think it puts it during World War II, though. So it changes the time. It's not really... It doesn't look like a Western... But I think it might still be a little bit of a Western, but it looks fun. A South Korean remake of a spaghetti Western? Hell yeah. Honestly, I'm here for it. I want to watch it. Maybe at some point we'll review it.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I think that's a fair call. Well, maybe you put it as an option.
Yeah.
for this week.
No.
And make this trilogy a quadility.
I was considering it, but here's the thing, Zach. I wanted a different genre.
That's fair.
For a little bit.
For a small business owner, every day is full of surprises. Some great, some not so great. Like when a client cancels their order at the last minute. But here's a surprise you will like. Progressive provides small business owners with 30 customizable coverage options to help keep their business going strong. So go ahead, surprise yourself. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and third-party insurers. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
From the award-winning podcast comes a totally improvised live show.
We have the Comedy Bang Bang Tour. Come see us.
Comedy Bang Bang Ground Beefing Tour 2026. Live across North America in 2026. Get tickets at livenation.com.
Alrighty, Sandro. It is time for everyone's least favorite part of the show.
Oh. The ending?
Yeah, because we're finishing up. We're wrapping up soon. But just before that, it is time for Ranking Review Rumble and your puberty. So it's a part of the show where I get reviews from several review sites, and you have to guess which review is from which site.
Oh, yes.
I will tell you a review. You have to guess which site it's from.
Okay.
If you get it wrong, you get a strike. You get 3 strikes, you're out.
Oh, damn.
You're dead.
I'm dead.
You're dead. You're shot. You're in the ground. I take the money. I go and donate it to my Christian pastor brother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
If you die, it's the good ending. If you live, then the Confederacy wins.
Oh, no, can't have that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stakes at hand here, you know?
All right.
Yeah. So I've got these several reviews. I've changed the username, so you can't figure it out from the username. You can also guess the score, but it won't matter. Are you ready?
I am. Well, actually, my voice is a little sore, so I think I might sub someone in to do this one for me, actually, I think this time.
What?
What do you think? I'll go. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna do the game. What are you doing in the studio?
Oh, my God, he died from being too ugly.
Oh
my God.
I mean, I thought he looked okay. Like, I thought he was, like, mid, you know, not that ugly, you know.
Yeah.
He did make it kind of his personality, though. And I think
he did.
I think he had more of an ugly personality than he did a person.
He was really trying to take after Kyle Sandilands, and I just want to...
Yeah.
What an ugly
including
guy.
the nudism thing. So...
that's an Australian reference that only Australians will understand.
All right. The first review. Are you ready, Sandro?
No, not at all.
Is from Billy the Kid.
A cowboy.
Who says, nothing ugly about this Western.
Oh, that's the whole review. Okay.
That's the whole review.
That's a good one, Billy the Kid. That sounds like a... Oh, have you gone through all of the sites?
Oh, no, I didn't say all the sites. So your site options are, you need to know these.
Yeah.
So you've got Common Sense Media,
Classic,
Rotten Tomatoes,
yeah,
Letterboxd,
okay,
IMDb,
yeah,
Metacritic,
yeah,
and I have also written one of these.
And one from you. Gotcha.
So you have to guess between one of these 5 options and me.
Nothing ugly. I think it's IMDb because IMDb reviews are long. You usually take the title, and so I think it is the title of an IMDb review. I'm going to say 5 out of 5.
It is 5 out of 5.
Okay, all right.
And it does sound like the title of an IMDb, but you are wrong, sir. You are wrong.
I'm wrong. All right.
So that's 1 strike.
Oh, damn. I can't get 2 more, else I'm going to die.
Yeah, and then the Confederacy loses, which you don't want.
Wait, no, we do want them to lose.
No, well, that's what I mean. Maybe you need to throw on purpose, Sandra, there.
Actually, maybe I will.
Yeah, maybe you will. Every time you lose now, you're saying you're throwing on purpose.
Oh, my God. Racism dies tonight. Let's kill them. They're going to lose the war.
Jesse James says, A curious amalgam of the visually striking, the dramatically feeble, and the offensively sadistic.
Oh my god, what a review. Oh, that reads wank, and wank honestly was Rotten Tomatoes, but now you've added Metacritic. I'm gonna go Metacritic.
It was Metacritic!
Woo!
5 out of 5. All over the
5
place.
out of 5 as well.
It's 2.5. This was the lowest ranking I could find on Metacritic.
That was kind of a positive review, though. Kinda.
Yeah, but this is. I think this is the title excerpt, and they had more, elaborating about how much they hate good film.
Gotcha.
The next review is by Black Bart.
Okay.
Who says, fun fact, used to leave poetry after robbing people.
I have heard of this guy. Yeah. He's more of a pirate than a cowboy, but...
Yeah. I just like that he left poetry. I thought that was banger.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not sure about all this drinking, but otherwise a good film for most ages.
Common Sense Media. 4 out of 5.
It's 5 out of 5, and you are incorrect.
What the hell?
This is not Common Sense Media. You are wrong, sir.
Surely that's yours then. Okay, let's see what else there is.
Well, you don't know.
This is a hard one.
That's 2 strikes, Sandro.
I
the
know.
Confederacy's not looking too good right now.
One more, and the Union wins.
The next review is by John Wesley Harden.
Huh, okay.
Who was abandoned.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Arguably the best spaghetti western out there. I love everything about it. I am 20 years old. Watched it every year since I was 10. Highly recommend.
Oh, see, that could also be Common Sense, because I know kids get on Common Sense Media to review films. 20 is not really a kid, but, they get on there and they're like, I'm a kid and I watch this.
But they've been watching it since they were 10. That's what they say.
Oh, I feel like I'm throwing it away. It feels...
I am 20 years old, watched it every year since I was 10.
It's going to be 5 out of 5, but I feel like I'm throwing it away by doing Common Sense Media again. But I'm going to do it because of my theory that it's on theme with younger people going on that site to review things.
Well, you would be correct. Oh. That one is Common Sense Media.
Okay.
You got that one right. Don't know what that last one was then. It's very odd.
Definitely you. 100% your review.
The next one is by Billy Starr.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Who says, Chuko is not ugly. He's cute.
That might be yours, though. That one might be yours. Or it's letterboxed. Oh. I'm going to go you, though. I think that's you.
You think this one's mine?
I'm going to say it's hard to not say 5 out of 5 for all of these. So
most of them have been 5 out of 5.
Yeah,
and I will tell you most of them are 5 out of 5.
This is like one of the most highly rated movies ever. So yeah, 5 out of 5, and I think it's you.
Well, I've got good news and bad news.
Okay.
The good news is the Confederacy lost.
Oh,
because
yay!
you lose.
Oh no!
Strike 3, you're dead. You have lost this round, Sandro. Because it was
sorry,
not me.
Buster Keaton, but the Confederacy lost this time.
Yes, that's a good reference. I get that reference because I was in this podcast.
You were on that episode.
It was. I've been on most of them, I would say.
I think you're in all of them, aside from the ones where Canadian Zach took it. Wait, no, you're Canadian. And I don't fucking, who remembers?
All right, so for a little redemption, I've only got one left, but you have a lot of options left because you fucked up most of these.
It's been a bad one.
I really threw you a curveball. To be fair, I definitely purposely tried to trip you up this time.
Yours was the Common Sense Media one. Gotcha.
It was definitely the Common Sense Media one earlier. And I put it down and I was like, I'll just type something that sounds like Common Sense Media so he'll pick that. And that will really throw him off. And that will really screw them. All right, the last one. Can you guess who it's by? I think my clues have been obvious.
Bush Cassidy.
Ned Kelly says, not for me.
Oh, that's it. That's the
not
whole.
Not for me.
That's that. Rotten Tomatoes, I think. Rotten Tomatoes, I'm going to guess, finally. Actually.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did guess IMDb and I was wrong. I did guess Letterboxd and I was wrong. could be IMDb.
Can you remember what the first review was?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but I know that it was IMDb. I know that I said IMDb, and it was incorrect.
Yeah, that's right. It was not IMDb, yeah.
Not for me sounds like a really shit Rotten Tomatoes review or a title for an IMDb review. And I'm going to stick with my gut. I'm going to say IMDb, actually, which is not sticking with my gut because I said Rotten Tomatoes first.
That's going against your gut. You said, I'm going to stick with my gut, and then immediately went the opposite of your gut.
Is it a 3? Because you said earlier, you said 2.5 was the lowest on Metacritic. I'm going to say it's a 2.
It's 3.5.
Fuck's sake.
And unfortunately, Sandro, that was IMDb! You got a little redemption.
Yay, I did it.
And thus, there'll still be racism in the world, but the Confederacy still lost.
Well, that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I'll go through them quickly. Top one was Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Which was unfortunate, but it did sound like a title.
It did.
You got Metacritic, which was good, because it was wanky, and you got that. Blackbird was me, and I said something that sounded like Common Sense Media to trip you up.
That's right.
I was really mean this episode. On other episodes, you've gotten it too easy, so I thought I'd be a bit mean.
Fair enough. I'm here for it. It's entertaining.
And then the next one was Common Sense Media, and you got that.
Yeah.
The one after that, which you thought might have been mine, was Letterboxd.
That was the Letterboxd.
It was, of
one.
course, Letterboxd.
The two-go one was Letterboxd. Okay.
Yeah. And it was the one I went through Letterboxd a little bit, and I found this one. I'm like, this is something I would say.
It's a good one. That was a good review section.
Because it was probably going to be what I was going to write down, was that he wasn't ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Ned Kelly was IMDb, which you got. So you did pretty well. Pretty well. I did kind of add the 3 lives thing to really put the pressure onto you, and I think that will be continuing. I think the stakes are going to only get higher for these ones.
I am here for it. I think it's going to be very funny when we get to the end of the year and it's impossible. It's impossible. No one can get it.
I'm going to have 100 review sites and you have 1 life.
You know what? That would be very funny. To get to that point, though, we'll need people to do a couple things if they like the show. Help us out. That'd be nice. Maybe. That sounds demanding, actually. I don't care for that. If you want to help us out, you can. Thanks for listening, first of all. You can share the show to your friends. Be like, hey, friend, I think out of our friend group, you're the ugly one. And your friend will be like, what the fuck? And then you'll be like, but I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in the way that they discuss it in this podcast. Then you'll show them the episode.
So true.
You can review on the Apple Spotify, comment on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell. I don't fucking who knows. Do all the things. Share all of the. If you got some money lying around, ad-free episodes that are early, 2 days early. Patreon.com/Oldie But A Goodie pod. You can also get bonus episodes. We are reviewing. If you liked us reviewing a trilogy of westerns, we're doing a bunch of trilogies of X-Men movies over on Patreon right now. We are nearing the end. Dark Phoenix is out in a couple weeks. Our review of the final X-Men movie that isn't it's the last one, and then there's one more, but it is the last one. That'll be out soon.
I'm looking forward to it.
You've never seen it before,
I've never seen it. The previous movie killed my interest in the entire franchise, so much like Transformers, I haven't seen it since, so I'm excited. I'm almost a little hopeful. I had bad vibes from the beginning, and I haven't heard great things about it, but you never know. Maybe I might like it more than I think.
Maybe. You know? And we will find out for sure. Okay, now it's time, Zach, for you to pick next week's movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot we did this sometimes. You know, it's been so long since we've done a little connections thing.
That's right. You use your trilogy card. It's now back with me, and that means that, you know, it's the return finally of picking a movie. So you've got to pick a movie, and it's connected to the movie we just watched in many ways. Now, Zach.
All right.
We did kind of retire the points-based system because it was taking too long, but I'm going to bring it back because I got 2 options for you, and I think it's a better way to do it rather than the gimmies. Because 2 makes it a bit obvious.
Yeah. Oh, I think because there's less movies, I think they'll take less time as well, so that'll be right.
Okay, so points-based, there's only 2 options, and so you've got to give I'm going to say, 2 genres, for example.
The fact that you don't have 3, so I can't be like, which one's the good, the bad, and the ugly, is really disappointing to me, and I've disappointed you as a friend.
That's fair.
And a person. But also, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But also, this movie, like, the bad guy got kind of snubbed anyway, so...
That's true.
So I'm just going to ask you at some point which one's the good and which one's the ugly.
That is all fair, and I like this a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm going to give you, for example, 2 genres. You got to give one a point. So it's what is your preference?
Okay, yeah. One will get a point.
Yeah.
Easy.
But there's a twist.
Oh.
Usually we just keep going until there's a winner. But in this one, I'm going to limit it with there's 6 chambers on the Man with No Name's gun.
Ooh.
And so you only get 6 categories unless there's a tie.
Ooh. Gotcha. Yeah.
So you gotta choose. You gotta choose very well. I haven't prepared anything, so you can just ask me questions.
That's all right, because we already know what one of them's gonna be. But first, I want some gimmies. So give me some genres. Give me some genres. Genres are always a classic.
Genre: crime or horror?
Ooh. Crime's interesting because now I got to think about connecting to this movie as well.
Yep.
Because I think crime will lead. Like, there was a lot of crime.
There's a lot of crime
in this movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crime to solve. So,
granted, I can't use. It's a bit of a longer connection, but yours was using illegitimate means to gain a bunch of money. Is basically doing a bunch of crimes. So I can't use that. I can't use that connection.
You cannot use that
crimes.
as a connection.
So
yeah, but there's also horror, and it's interesting. I'm thinking Western horror is what I'm thinking when I hear horror. So I'm going to give horror a point because that sounds like it could be interesting.
Hell yeah. All right.
What are some other gimmies do you think I could do? Well, I've only got 6, so I have to. I'll use my. Which one's the good one and which one's the idiot?
God damn it. Now this is fucking hard. Actually, no, it is actually not that hard. Actually, looking at it.
Do you know which ones?
I know which one is good and which one is ugly / an idiot. Yes.
I will give a point to the idiot.
Oh, intriguing. A point to the idiot. Okay. All right. Cool. Very interesting. That's 2 done. You got 4 left. I can give you actor.
All right.
I could give you...
Oh, actor. Go for it.
Actor?
Actor. I'm excited. Because sometimes actor you can't do. But if we got actor, give me actor.
Sean Bean.
Oh!
That's right. Throw him out there. Or Robert De Niro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Nah, I gotta go Sean Bean, though. I gotta go Sean Bean.
You gonna go Sean Bean?
Yeah. Oh, man, this is heating up.
Were you tempted by De Niro?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Like, but like, I'm like, oh, but as a minor fan of the series known as what's the series he's been? Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Right, that's the one.
That's the one that I've definitely watched and definitely never watched any of it, and never will because the ending's bad. Let's go. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Sandra.
Next question.
If these were a breed of dog.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Yeah.
What breed of dog would these movies be?
All right, that sort of dogs. One of them is a Doberman.
Ooh.
We'll go for a Doberman. Okay. And then we'll also go for a Shiba Inu. Cute little doggy. We love that dog. So cute.
Okay, so we got the choice between tiny dog or giant dog.
Tiny dog or big dog.
Which dog do I think I want my points in? This is a tricky one, right?
Yeah.
Because also we've got crime and horror.
Yes.
And the Shiba Inu, I think, would be the horror one.
That's fair.
I'm not sure. The other one's crime, though. Maybe the dog is like... The lady has a little dog in the crime movie.
Classic.
You know, I'm thinking noir, you know? Yeah. Tricky. I am kind of leaning towards the small dog, though. But which one does Sean Bean
Which one would he have? Which one would he... Well, in Game of Thrones, he has a big dog.
bigger.
Yeah.
One could even call it a wolf almost.
Yeah, yes. Of dire proportions.
Yeah. Well, it's not that dire. I mean, having a dog's pretty fun.
It's called a dire wolf.
Yeah.
That's
What?
That's what I...
Spoilers, Sandro. How could you spoil
And he
this
dies.
fact?
Sorry.
Oh my god! I'm picking the Shiba Inu. Fuck you. Fuck you, Doberman. Fuck you, wolves.
We don't even need to do any more questions because one's already won.
Okay,
but
all right.
Keep going.
But how many questions are left?
Two more questions.
2 more questions? Has it got all the points so far?
Yes.
Oh, that's
one movie's gotten all the points.
That's crazy. Well, that's good because I know I voted for Sean Bean, right?
Yeah.
So I know we're getting the one with Sean Bean in it.
Yeah.
All right. Give me years.
Okay.
And then I'll finish it off with a good one.
2006 or 1974?
I'm going to vote for the 1974 and hope that adds a point on to... Or did one just gain a point?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, no. All right. So I think one just gained a point there. That's bad news. All right. And for my last questions, if these movies were both facing off at high noon in a classic Mexican standoff, which one do you think would win the duel?
This is...
Because one might use tricks, right? If it's a horror movie, it might have horror movie things. But the other one, because it's a crime one, maybe they're the hero. Maybe they win in the end.
Well, okay. I'm going to slightly change your question a little bit. If the main characters were to do a standoff.
Yeah. Main characters. Yeah. That's fair. You could use that as a thing.
See, one of them would just pay someone to do it. But if this person was, like, if the main character was to be in the standoff, I think that this person would die because they would usually pay someone else to do it. And then for the other one, I honestly don't think they'd have any bullets in their gun to do a standoff.
Oh.
Because they would have used it all up in other situations. But I think that if they had one bullet remaining, I think they still would kill the other one because that movie just doesn't know how to actually do it because they pay people usually to do their
I'm
shooting.
giving that one the point then.
The one that would lose?
No, I'll give the one that won.
Oh. Well, we got a winner 5-1.
5-1. All right. Well, we're watching a 2007 movie, I guess. Fuck me. Fuck you. What are we fucking watching?
You really,
boy.
You honestly, look, you missed out on a big opportunity here. You have missed out on a very big opportunity here.
I figured one of these might have been a trilogy, and I've just fucked the pooch, didn't I?
You missed out on, doing a crime film from 1974 starring Robert De Niro. The connection between Good, the Bad, and the Ugly and this movie was a sequel that many people consider to be better than the first. Because it's Godfather Part 2, and you missed out on it.
Oh,
so we're actually not going to get to do...
Of course! Why didn't I think of Godfather Part 2 from Robert De Niro? Oh my god, That's so funny that you put it as a fucking option. I can't believe it. Oh man, I was thinking of going with Robert De Niro as well, but it wouldn't have mattered, I don't think.
No, I wouldn't have mattered. The other one got all the points aside from... Was it year?
Yeah.
Because I picked,
because I picked year because I was like, I don't want to do the 2007 one. Turns out, joke's on me. We're doing the 2007 one.
That's right. And look, I don't necessarily want to watch it because I did give the first one an oldie, but I thought it was about time. It's been a year.
I just didn't even consider the fact, because I've done crime as a genre.
Yeah.
I've had it in as an option for 5 times.
Oh, well.
I know Robert De Niro's in that film. It just never occurred to me that you would put, I didn't put those two together and figured that you would put that as an option.
Oh, well.
Because why would you put that as an option?
Oh, well, Zach, you'll have to try and sneak it into your month, which is coming up soon, because you're not going to get a chance to pick a movie until then, because let's just say I'm using a trilogy card.
What?
I'm using a trilogy card for the one you picked.
Oh my god, we are actually doing a trilogy? This is crazy.
And
this is a huge revolution.
And the way it works out...
Go trilogy, month of me, month of you.
Yep, because the way that it worked out was I only had this episode to pull a trilogy card, or else I wouldn't get to use it until August. I've pulled it.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought you weren't going to do it anyway, because you were like, well, there's been no point, you know.
No, I found something pretty funny, because, Zach, not only have you picked a horror film from 2006, which is a bit of a red flag, but you've also picked a video game adaptation.
Oh, no.
Have you noticed me playing a certain franchise on Steam a lot, kind of out of nowhere? Starkey streaming a particular horror game kind of like out of nowhere as well. 2? No, it's not Slay the Spire, Zach.
Binding of Isaac.
Oh, I wish. That'd be good.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, Binding of Isaac movie? Come on.
What horror video games have movies? We've got...
Binding of Isaac.
Zach, the movie you picked is called Silent Hill.
Whoa! The Silent Hill series. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a little funky. That's a little crazy. That's a little, Hey, were those movies good?
No.
Oh, no.
Well, so there's Silent Hill 1, which is based on the first game. Apparently it's okay. We liked... Okay. It's directed by the guy who did Brotherhood of the Wolf, which we watched a few years ago. It's a banger.
Yeah, that was good.
Silent Hill Revelation is the sequel, based on the third game. It's shit. And then, the reason why I put this in was because there's a new one that just came out, like 2 months ago. And so I'm pulling the trilogy cards. We watch all 3.
Wait, so we're watching a 2007, 2013, 14 or whatever, and then a 2026?
Yes, because they're based on games 1, 3, and then 2.
That's crazy.
Now, Zach, I don't know. Do you know anything about...
I know literally nothing. I've never played the games. I've never watched the movies. I am not partial to horror games. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be honest. Find horror rather spooky. I get spooked. And you know what? If I want to get spooked, I'm going to play Subnautica.
That's fair.
You know,
that's scary.
The ocean is spooky enough for me.
Yeah.
I don't need horror things jumping out at me. It's the one thing, it's like, if I became a streamer, this will be the way people will torture me, is forcing me to play horror games.
Play horror games.
I get very spooked very easily.
Well, that's fine, because that can be the chemistry. I'm playing them at the moment, and therefore I watch them and I'll be like, this isn't like the games at all. And you're like, la-di-da, I've got no fucking clue what these are.
I have no clue. I just thought this movie was shit.
All right. Pull a trilogy card. Haha, we're doing video game movies. You thought we were doing good movies? We're doing video
shit.
You
made us watch you used your trilogy card on this shit?
Well, because I want to watch 1 and 3. That's why.
That doesn't mean you need to use your whole trilogy card. That doesn't mean you need to force it after. Fuck you. You had a whole month in like a month, bro. You could have put a couple, well, it would have been 2 movies. That's a bit true. What you could have done is we could have watched this movie, and then we could have waited till your month and then watched the other movie.
Yeah,
right?
but here's the thing. I want to get fatigued for another genre.
Yeah, so, great. You're forcing me when I get to my picks to pick something that isn't horror because we'll be sick of this genre.
Maybe. My connection is cemeteries as well, by the way, because both movies feature a cemetery.
Yeah. What was your connection to The Godfather?
It was sequels that people consider are better than the originals. But worded better. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're doing a trilogy for the next 3 weeks. That's like 1.5 months.
But that does mean I get the trilogy card.
Yeah, it's yours again.
Which I'm going to use in my own month to watch 3 in a franchise.
You could do that. You definitely could.
What's the worst franchise out there I could do?
Oh no! Quick, end the episode before you come up with that.
Goat Story.
Not again.
Just watch it again.